I spoke to somebody at work today that had the nerve to say that I live such a boring life. Well, you know what? I love my boring life. It is simple, it is peaceful, and I enjoy it, okay? I don't have no stress whatsoever aside from what I deal with on the production floor daily. But once the production and work is over, I don't have to deal with it until the next day. Hey YouTube, what's going on? Hope everybody is doing well. So today I'm here to speak on why I stopped going to dancehall shows and dancehall parties in general. This weekend in Toronto, there was a major show. I would call it a dancehall show because it's primarily artists from that genre. Shensia, I think Chronic Law, Skilly Bang, and Popcorn came to the city on a show. I won't name it here. And you know, I was very tempted to go. I've seen Popcorn, I've seen Shensia, but I've never seen Skilly Bang in concert before. And you know, during my time listening to dancehall, I don't listen to it as much now, but I did enjoy listening to his music. So, and you know, yesterday somebody messaged me and asked me if I was going to the show, and I'm like, no, I don't go to dancehall events anymore, which I don't. I took myself completely off of that scene, and I'll explain why further down in the video. So I said, no, I'm not going. They said they weren't going either. Come to find out that, you know, there was an incident where the patrons broke down the fence and were trying to like get on the stage, or got on the stage, a whole bunch of nonsense. So I said to myself, this is exactly why I don't go to these events, because the crowd that comes there, I don't know, sometimes they could get out of control. The last major show or party I went to where there was an incident was Sands, that they kept here in Toronto maybe 3-4 years ago. I don't remember, but somebody got injured. And let me tell you, when hell broke loose, I climbed up the fence. The fence was maybe like 10 feet tall, okay? I hopped out there. I said, you know what? I'm either gonna break my legs, break my arms, but I am not about to die. If I need to jump this fence, I'm gonna jump this fence and I'm gonna survive. Luckily, other patrons, they pushed it hard enough for it to open. It opened and I didn't have to actually jump over the 10-foot fence. But after that show, I was very weary in terms of going to major events, especially outdoor events, okay? I don't like when there's too much people. I've said this many times. I don't like to be in big crowds. I'm just now learning how to get over my anxiety of being around people in general. But in terms of those type of parties, I hate to say it, but it just seems like something always seems to happen. And you know, my children are very happy to see me come home every single day, every single night. Like today I was at work, you know, they time me, they know exactly when I'm supposed to be in the house. So an hour had passed and I guess my eldest daughter was like, well, where's she at? She called me, she's like, where are you? I'm like, I'm leaving. She's like, okay. And I'm like, did you miss me? She's like, no. And she hung up. But yeah, my kids look forward to seeing me every single day. So I cannot risk going out there and not coming back home. Not at this age. I'm too old for that foolishness. So due to the fact that I feel there's always some type of incident bound to happen at those events, I do not go, okay? The crowd that it brings. And I saw on the video, it looked like a lot of younger people. But then, like, young people are so unpredictable. I'm too old to be hanging out with the younger crowd because their maturity level and their sense of danger is non-existent. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's one of the reasons I stopped going to dancehall parties. Another reason in particular was it's a waste of time, okay? You put on your best outfit that you probably bought just for that event. You do your hair, you do your nails, all that good stuff, just to stand around with people looking at each other. you know, back in the days when they used to show those videos of, you know, people dancing and all that, that doesn't happen anymore in dancehall, especially not from what I've seen in the past few years. People just go there to stand around, look at each other, size up each other. Men go there to flex, show off their jewelry, show off their grills. Girls go to show off their BBLs, their weave, their makeup, their nails. Like, it's pointless to me, you know? And I will say, back in the day, I was one of those people buying booths, bringing friends, celebrating birthdays, spending hundreds of dollars, and just to feel like I was getting an experience. But now when I really look back at it, it wasn't worth it. I was just giving my money away to people for free. So now I make sure that when I do pay for a ticket or I'm participating in something, it's something I'm interested in, something I feel is gonna worth my while. Like, for example, this coming weekend I'm going to I think Immerse Yourself into King Tut. So it's gonna be like giving us a sneak peek into his life and like Egypt and what life might have been back then for him, I think. So that's happening on Saturday. I think I'm gonna enjoy it. Like, I love to go out, especially to see art. I've always loved art since I was little. Like, even my house, there's always art around. I always have picture frames up. You know, I got this, I got one over there, I got my kids' pictures all over the house. I enjoy that type of stuff. I've grown out of the I want to go to the club, I want to be in party, that's what we would call it, party, so people could see me. I really don't want to be seen, to be honest. I don't care for that sort of life anymore. It's a well-known fact that, you know, sometimes there are stuff in that event and goes down, you know, you might have to run. Let's just leave it at that. I got tired of running. I've ran quite a few times and it was not enjoyable. Trust and believe, it was not enjoyable. The fact also that when you go out, there's so much Mary Joanna being smoked in the air. It's like you're getting a secondhand high just from being in the same atmosphere as everyone who is smoking. You go out smelling nice, you know what I'm saying? Got on your Decadence by Marc Jacobs or whatever. You come home smelling like weed. Your hair, your clothes, it stinks. I would come home so many nights and have to put my stuff outside on the balcony, have to take off my weed, whatever, throw them all outside just so they could air out. You know, all that type of stuff, it's not enjoyable to me anyways. I'll just speak a little bit about what it's been like for me to go out by myself. So initially when I started to go out by myself, I was very apprehensive, you know. Even though I'm by myself, it still felt strange because I'm used to always going out with somebody, either friends or even like on a date. But since I'm not dating and I ain't got no friends, and I want to go out, I had to learn, or I had to learn how to actually put one foot in front of the other and create experiences for myself. So far the summer's been summering. Aside from getting burnt, which has scarred me for life and I don't want to be in the sun anymore, I've been enjoying the little events that I've been going to, you know. I don't really get bothered or approached by anybody, which is a-okay with me because that's not my intention when I go out. It's not to meet people, but you know, if someone does speak to me, I will have a brief conversation and keep it pushing because, you know, people will follow you home and stuff. People are crazy out here. But all in all, I've been having a very good time going out. I actually spoke to somebody who asked me what it's been like, and the truth of the matter is I'm working my way up. So I went to the parade, which was probably like a few 100,000 people down there. I did get a little anxious when I was trying to exit and I got stuck behind a band that was moving very slow and I couldn't find an exit point. The barricades were all shut and I was like so nervous. I was surrounded by a sea of people and I'm like, just let me get out of here, just let me get out of here. Eventually they did start walking and, you know, I was able to find an exit where I could just sit and relax. But aside from that, I've never participated in anything on such a grand stage never been around so many people in my entire life. Working my way up to a vacation. I won't go into details about it, but I'm supposed to go away sometime in the future, and we'll see how it goes.